Hello again. My name is Paula. My author's name is P.B. Moreland, and I am an aquamarine water dragon, which is a title I have expressed before. And I want to continue with my videos in regards to the reading that I did in the previous video, taken from a chapter from book 5 in the Whitebird series. The book is titled Blue Flames Rising. The book is not yet published, as I have not completed writing this book. And there are 4 books published already. The first book was published in 2011. It is called Illuminating Crystal. But I'm not here to promote my books, mind you. I am here because I have a story to share. I am a dragon. I am also a mother and a grandmother. I am a writer. I am a gardener. I am a landscape artist. I'm a flower artist. I'm a friend. I am a light worker. I am an ascended master. I'm here to share with whomever chooses to listen my stories about the dragons and other mythological creatures I have met both in this carnation and in previous carnations, as I've had thousands, all of us have, where if not all of the humans on the planet, because I can't speak for every human, is a starseed of a type. This planet has various human entities who live upon her and within her, because there are various realms within our planet. And I do believe that there are areas of our planet, vast areas that are unexplored by mankind. They are alive and aware, and they are on land masses that we have not even been told about. My books explore the world's multidimensional realms, where my protagonist, Crystal Blue, walks among those realms as an avatar. She is seeking out the divine feminine within ancient tribes to help heal their pain, so that the darker energies are released that are buried in the planet, because where bloodshed occurs, entities reside, and many of these are unsettled, unrested, and they are filled with grief and longing and pain. And Crystal's travels through these hidden realms of our past and present and future help release these energies that are stuck, and subsequently helps raise the vibration of humanity. This is my story that I tell in my books, but I know I've channeled these stories from my higher self, from my dragon self. And so today I'm going to continue reading from the chapter in book 5. And we have met the queen of the dragon realm. We've met other star beings. And we ended where Elandra, who is a star being, who you meet in book 2 and 3, she's speaking with the queen of the elemental realm. So if you want to catch up, watch the previous episode 3. This will be episode 4. I'm going to keep them categorized for you so you can keep track. I like that. I like to be organized when I read something. When I read series of books and watch series of TV programs, I like to start at the beginning. Don't like to start in the middle. If I do, I feel like I've missed something. So I will help you understand where we are in the duration of these videos and how they're organized on my channel. And please subscribe and hit the like button if you so choose, and share with friends, colleagues, family, if you think that they will be entertained by my dragon stories. So here I go. So I will read the previous paragraph to you that I left off on in episode 3. just to catch you up. And like I say, you can pause this video and watch the previous one if you want to start at the beginning of this chapter. Yes, they have done very well. Elandra's eyes sparkle with pride. At present, they have unveiled the secrets from 5 of the 12 tribes. Most recently, they have linked the energies of Tibet with Peru, and the doorway is open for the feminine ways to return. The energies are slowly taking hold, and Earth, as you have sensed, is now vibrating at a higher frequency. So this is new. I have not read this before. And remember, this book is not published. You are the first listeners to this part of my upcoming book, and I'm excited to share it with you. Okay. You remember the warrior's connection is quite fey and not easily understood. They've only just discovered their tenuous relationship is. For as we now know, one cannot live or die without the other. Their love should survive everything the evildoer throws their way if they do not forget the warnings. And I think I did read this in the last video, so excuse me. That's okay. We're going to continue. However, Elandra adds quickly, the Grey's evildoer has been busy, attempting to thwart them at every turn. His many attempts to destroy them have failed. With help, Crystal, the female, found the manuscript and its scribe. She barely survived her intense activation and subsequent attack. The old dragon's head snaps up and she leans forward. Attack? Intrigued, her large eyes narrow into golden diamonds. Tell me more. Elandra throws a discreet glance toward the small group. One of the Grey's dark serpents found her and marked her. No one else could have survived such an attack, and she almost didn't. Her spirit guide called upon the earth spirits for help, as many visionaries do on a spiritual quest. But the mark on her throat, one given to her by the Grey's evildoer, made it impossible for them to hear her call. The serpent's dark energy, like a vampire, was drinking her life force. She nods toward the small group who are listening to her story intently. Her amazing soldiers came to her aid, giving her their special earthly qualities. Elandra's lips lifted into a soft smile. She was also given a gift by the blue serpent, the one left behind so long ago, who follows her, helping to spread her light. She turns to the soldiers who are listening carefully. And I'm going to stop and interject. You've met the soldiers in the last video, episode 3. And you've met Elandra and the dragon who Elandra is speaking with. So don't worry. You will know what I'm talking about if you go back and watch that episode. The blue serpent who took them in when they gained the knowledge of their tribe. The serpent who aided in their transformations. And now she turns and smiles at the dragon. Crystal carries marks left by both sides of the Atlantean serpents. Elandra takes a deep breath, her eyes shining with pride. She has become an amazing avatar who can easily walk between worlds, and she has managed to accomplish each task set before her. The old dragon, impressed with the story, throws her gaze to the two-headed creature listening intently on the faraway walls. She considers him for a moment before turning her attention back to Crystal's soldiers. You are the hybrids, the guardians of the stone, and great scientists. A statement, not a question. They stand a bit taller, nodding earnestly. You made a great sacrifice, giving the female warrior your natural gifts. She leans forward. You were aware of the sacrifice, but you did so all the same? The group nods as one. She is referring to a situation that happens in book 1, near the end. Okay? Thank you. Settling back, Queen nods, impressed with this selfless offering. She would have remained covered in shadows if you had not intervened. She is stronger because of your guardianship. The old dragon stretches out her neck, leaning forward, a hint of mischief in her golden eyes. How is she, then? Is my Gaelic cousin ornery as ever? The soldiers smile and nod. Good, that is good. And does she still curse like an ill-begotten god? Again they nod, their eyes shining with pride for knowing a creature such as This dragon is referring to the Gaelic dragon, who is Madeline, Crystal's grandmother. All of these soldiers that I referred to in this video, as I read the story, and subsequent stories, her soldiers are both human and animal. They are hybrids. And during a particular initiation in Book 1, these soldiers sacrificed their future by aiding Crystal when she was being attacked by an evildoer. And Madeline is the blue dragon she's an earth dragon. And she's Irish and she has a fiery temper. And she swears. She usually just swears in curses, Irish curses, not heavy profanity, but it's quite a strong part of her character. Okay, I am moving on. The dragon's expression softens as she eyes the small brown otter, for she's just come to realize who he is and the reason for his sorrow. You were my cousin's mate, and you raised and protected the sisters, did you not? The otter blinks and nods slowly. And I'm going to step away from here for a moment. I'm not going to tell you who the otter is at present. You will discover. But if I give too much away, it might take away that element of your own discovery through these books. Okay. The dragon considers this. You spent a great deal of time with the female, and your playful spirit gave her great comfort when she became too serious and distrustful of her strong intuition. She studies him for a moment longer. You are very wise and very brave. The small sea otter listens intently, long whiskers twitching, black eyes glistening. You are also the chosen keeper of the blue crystal, as your connection to the ley lines running beneath Albion are strong. Her eyes narrow with a sudden thought. Something happened, releasing the darkness of betrayal you and my cousin kept trapped inside. Her cousin is the blue dragon, Madeline. The dragon purses her lips and closes her eyes, tilting her head as if listening. And when it escaped, you took in the darkness of its betrayal to save someone. She blinks in surprise. It was a female, wasn't it? Her eyes and voice quickly softened. You had to leave the Emerald Island, and the darkness finally claimed your life. And then you had to leave them all. The otter looks away. It is why his human self and his goddess are not with him, and why he is so sad, she whispers to herself, her glistening and now green mossy eyes lingering on the small animal. She realizes this act has made his Celtic tribe extremely vulnerable. She thinks with a tap of her chin. Maybe she can help with this. The tiny gray-haired woman crouches down and strokes the animal's soft head, whispering words only the otter can hear. Moments later, the dragon shakes her head, realizing another piece of the story is missing. She turns to Alandra. You mentioned the female survived her activation and was given special qualities. What about the male? Was he given special qualities as well? Remember, the female here we refer to as Crystal, and the male is Adam. Alandra smiles and nods. With the help of a special talisman made by an ancestral medicine man, he can walk with her and protects her while she walks in her ancestors' footsteps. And unlike Crystal, whose powers were awakened with an intense activation, Adam's powers were activated in another way. He now assists Crystal by holding the masculine aspect of their spirit in another form. Alandra's dark eyes swerve back to the small group. The bear and the woman, both intricately connected to the twins' bloodline, were very instrumental with their awakening. With the help of all their soldiers, the twins have unveiled many secrets. The ancient queen stands and turns her great body in a circle, seeking a more comfortable position. And her scales, like 1,000 tiny mirrors, catch the light from the faraway globes, throwing multicolored beams in all directions. Everyone in the subterranean chamber shields their eyes from the daggers of light shining off her scales. The old dragon groans softly before settling her body down, unaware of their visual discomfort, and she turns her attention to Alandra. Your once beloved companion has meddled in the shaman's life often, has she not? I'm not going to tell you who this companion is. You will need to discover that for yourself. Alandra, surprise etching across her calm features, shrugs delicately. The dragon's eyes narrow. I understand it was she who paired the Greek and the Scandinavian together and tampered with the twins. Alandra nods. The dragon leans toward Alandra. Do you know why she did this? Alandra nods. She thought it best. Alandra takes a quick step back when the old dragon spats. Deloria was warned not to interfere. The dragon's eyes, having turned into a pair of angry red ribbons, widen and blink with surprise. She shakes her head and takes a quick, deep breath, not accustomed to these sudden bursts of anger. A movement on the faraway walls draws the old dragon's attention. She studies the two-headed figure, her bloodstone eyes softening into pools of pink as the serpentine figures communicate silently. Deloria is selfish to be sure, explains Alandra, when the old dragon once again turns her way, and has made many decisions she thought would suit her plans. But often her choices turn out with the opposite effect she'd intended. The dragon, not understanding, waits patiently for Alandra to continue. You see, Akasha, known as Claire, was perpetually distracted and subsequently overshadowed by her younger sister, who was rather unsure of herself and favored by their grandfather. And she paid no heed to her own slumbering powers. She protected her younger sister fiercely. Growing up, Akasha was a great skeptic and very logical-minded, explains Alandra. She is still quite the innocent, and would indeed have found it difficult to live with Crystal if she'd carried all her powers. She would have become distracted and tried making sense of it, as she does with all things. That would have been dangerous. Crystal's allure, as it turned out, was much more subtle. If Deloria had not interfered, Akasha's powers would have been awakened before Crystal's, and she would not have been able to bear witness to the events presently unfolding. As it turns out, Alandra lifts her hands, letting them fall slowly. Deloria's meddling couldn't keep Crystal from discovering the manuscript as prophesied. We have found that Deloria's interference has often proved useful. She just doesn't see it this way. The old queen ponders the notion, then gives a quick nod. She had to admit the sisters' connection was indeed strong, and things did turn out as foretold, but it didn't excuse the fallen one's actions. Her interference was problematic, to be sure, but not enough to stop what was meant to be. So for today, I'm going to stop here, and do not fear, I will continue in an upcoming YouTube video. But I like to keep these shorter, just for, I know everybody's busy, and I have things that I could be doing too. Although this is one of my favorite things, is to deep dive into Crystal's world, especially when there's dragons afoot. So remember to, if you feel so inclined, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I will continue sharing these videos, most likely on a daily basis. And just thinking if there's anything else my crystal dragon would like to tell you today. Just take deep breaths and know that everything is working out perfectly. Love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. There is no greater being on this planet than you. You are divine. You are a miracle. You are God's breath. You are your soul incarnate. Your soul is leading the way. If you stop and listen to your intuition, that quiet voice will guide you through your day. Whether or not you are awakened to the reality around us, whether or not you have studied metaphysics your whole life, or you have no idea what metaphysics even means, just know that you are sacred, you are divine. There is no greater being in the whole universe than the human being, and I truly believe that. So have a wonderful day, and namaste.